All right, hello. I'm Jonathan Page. This is my speech for the speech class. Everybody say hello. I have my 5 audience members here. This one is 13 over the age of 12 as is per the requirement. So, sound is genuinely one of those things that I can't stop thinking about. I know that's a weird way to open, but stay with me. You can't see sound, but it gets to you anyways. And I feel like that's kind of how I am. There's stuff going on under the surface that doesn't always show. Now, three things that really made me who I am, the discipline I had to build, this obsession I have with sound, and needing to sound, needing something creative or else I lose my mind a little. So I brought three objects. My alarm clock, my guitar, and my PA system. And honestly, these items will do a better job of explaining than I could. First up is my alarm clock, which I know sounds like the most boring thing I could have picked, but give me a second. It's loud, it's unforgiving, and it doesn't care that it's 6 in the morning, and that's part of the big help. I used to wait until I was in the mood to do hard stuff, and shockingly, that never really worked out. Now, Angela Duckworth, she's a psychologist who wrote this book called Grit. Basically, she spent years researching why some people push through and others don't, and her conclusion was it's just not talent, it's just not quitting even when you don't feel like it. So every morning when this thing goes off and I want to throw it across the room, getting up anyways is kind of the whole practice. But okay, discipline is only useful if you actually have something you care about. Otherwise, you're just a very consistently miserable person. So that brings me to object two, my PA system. And one of the interesting things about this object in particular was it opened up a whole new world for me when it came to terms of playing music because, I've played instruments for a long time, piano, handbells, guitar, but this added a new dimension for me. Because when a room is set up just right and the frequencies are sitting where they should, you stop hearing it and you just start feeling it. And that feeling kind of broke my brain in the best way. It's what pushed me towards electrical engineering, specifically signal processing, which is the whole field around how sound and signals get captured and sent out. Now, the IEEE, the main organization for electrical engineers, lists signal processing as one of the core areas behind the audio technology and communications, which is exactly the stuff I want to work on personally. Honestly, this was probably one of the main areas where I stopped thinking of this as a hobby and started trying to take it a little more seriously, allowing it to intertwine with my field of study. But if I'm really ambition plus discipline with nothing else as a recipe for burning out, I know because I've done it. So the last object is one to keep me from the other two getting out of hand, and that is my electric guitar. Now, I've had a lot of time with this thing, and one of the things that I've come to love about it is, as you can see it's worn down, it's being third. It doesn't look nice and pristine, and honestly, when I've shown it off to people that also play guitar, I've had a lot of people offer to fix it for me. But I'd much rather have something in that condition that I earned than something pristine that I did it. And I feel like that kind of correlates to how growth is. It's not clean, not a straight line, and a little rough. And I'd rather have it that way. And there's some research on what playing an instrument does for you. A study from the NIH found it builds neural connections around creativity and emotional regulation, which tracks because this guitar helps me keep everything nice and calm. Now, these three things are honestly the most accurate version of me I could put in front of you. Now, I'm still in the middle of figuring a lot of this out. This balance between all three of these things is something I work on constantly. But the alarm gets me up, the PA system helps me with my passion, and the guitar keeps me from losing my mind, and honestly, that's enough. Thank you.